young guy growing up in the state and all this stuff, Wisconsin, Marquette, is that something that you point to and say, that's big?
We know it's a big game, and it's been a big game since before I even came here. Just through Marquette and Wisconsin, it's basically like the inner city game, and we know it's going to be a competitive game. We all look forward to it, but it's not like a game that we point out. We know that we got to play hard every time. That's what we plan to do.
Them losing to Green Bay, does that make it, scary is probably a bad word, but you know that they're going to, basically their coach has their attention, and it's going to be tough.
I mean, they gonna come out fired up because they know in their coach's mind they shouldn't have lost that game. But we know that we got to come mentally and physically prepared for this game because it's not going to be an easy one.
What do your friends say to you going into a week like this?
Oh, they're just all excited to see it. They just ready to watch the game, man. Some of them will be there, some of my family members will be there, but most of all, they're just ready to be here to watch the game.
Is it almost a bragging rights type of a thing?
I really couldn't say if it is or not, but at the end of the day, our hardest team that win has won it all, which should be us. That's how I feel.
You guys will obviously have to continue doing what you're doing to get wins, like use your quickness. I'm assuming you want to use your quickness to your advantage and force turnovers and score off turnovers.
Yeah, that's how we know we got to protect the ball, take care and run our offense, and execute our plays down to the T as we can. And we know that we can outrun teams, and that's what we got to do. But mainly, if we execute our plays and execute our secondary, we'll be fine.
Is it as simple as quickness versus size, or is there more to it than that in this matchup?
It's probably going to be quickness up and down both teams. That's probably what it's going to be.
How do you combat their size? Because obviously they've got at least a couple of guys that are pretty big on the inside.
We just got to be the toughest people out there from start to finish. We're a little undersized against them, but all of our players have big hearts, and we're going to match up with them well. We just got to be the most competitive team out there.
Dwight, how's your confidence level right now? Scoring's dropped a little bit, and that's something that you're kind of known for in Indian Hills. How are you feeling right now on the court?
Oh, I feel the same. From the beginning, I said it was never about just scoring, and I want to do everything I can for my team to get wins, whether that's defense, offense, just doing everything, executing the plays right. My scoring, I haven't been up, but it's not affecting nothing because, at the end of the day, it's all about just helping the team win. That's what I'm here for.
I know Buzz shifted the starting lineup a little bit last game, and you're coming off the bench. Do you give you a reason why, and does it matter to you whether you're starting coming off the bench?
No, not really. At this point, we really not a stabilized starting five actually, and the coach is gonna make the best decision. And I feel if I'm not starting, and whoever's starting, that's the best decision the coach felt was right. Then that's right. And I have no problem coming off the bench because I'm going to help my team any way I can.
Lazar, you played in a few of these games, Marquette, Wisconsin. What's this rivalry kind of like for you?
It's fun. It's exciting. Going in there is going to be tough. It's always hard to win in that gym, and I'm sure they'll be ready just like we will.
Zar, what did you think of that game last night in Green Bay?
Oh, we didn't really see much. We'll do some stuff on it today, watching film. I saw that they lost, but all that'll mean for us is that they'll be ready to play.
You were there in '07, obviously. Marquette's one of only 8 teams in 9 years to win a game there. Talk about the atmosphere and just what the Kohl Center is like and how well that they've been able to protect their home court.
I didn't know that. That's crazy. It's one of the toughest places to play in for sure. I think they do a great job of getting. Coach Ryan does a great job of getting their guys ready. I've been under him, so I kind of know what he does. He had us ready for a lot of games out in Serbia, and those guys really play hard in that gym. I mean, they play hard regardless, but when they're in there, they're like a whole other team.
Obviously, Jeter got to know you pretty well, and now Bo as well with that experience. You almost try to. Is it almost like a chess match? He knows your game a little better. You know him a little better. Anything like that?
It is. When we played UWM, I know I didn't go anywhere, make any cut, any move, untouched. He always had someone hit me, so I'm thinking that was for sure on the scouting report to make guys bump me. I'm sure Coach Ryan will have something up his sleeve, of course, because he's a great coach and a great competitor. So I have to be ready for all things.
As a New Yorker, how quickly did you realize this rivalry is serious, or this game is serious?
Freshman year, and we lost to them. We played Tucker, and he had a great game against us. And it didn't hit me until I seen all the fans outside waiting in the cold weather. I'm like, what is going on out here? It's 6 in the morning. And I mean, right then, and you know, as soon as that jump ball hit, I knew right then that this was a great rivalry. You know, it's for the teams, for the university, for the city. So it's something to look forward to.
What do you think of Trevon's game?
I think he's definitely matured very, very well. He's running his team very well. He's definitely grown up a lot, and I have a lot of respect for him.
You kind of touched on it a little bit, Lazar. Do you feel like you're going into a little bit of a hornet's nest when they lose to another state rival the way they lost?
Oh, for sure. You know, I mean, they're going to be ready to play. Of course, because it's Marquette. We have a great rivalry, and they just lost the game. You know, no teams want to lose 2 games in a row. So, you know, they'll be ready to play. They were going to be ready to play before they lost. So I'm sure now it'll be a little bit more.
Obviously, this game doesn't have any effect on Big East standings, things like that. But what does it mean in December to get a win and to play this game at this time of year?
It always, you know, we take each game, you know, one at a time. Of course, you know that, but it has us concentrating on one thing at a time. But it's a very good team. You know, they'll probably be a tournament team, and we have to take care of business. You know what I mean? It'll be good to get a win against a good team like that.
Lazar, you talked about rebounding the other night, about how important it is for you to rebound. But in a game like this, against their size, the multiple guys that have, you know, up front, is it even more important for you to kind of to a little more rebounding?
For sure, but you know, I'm pretty much always the smallest guy going into any team, so I'm used to it. So I wouldn't say it's any more harder than it would be than playing in a Big East game, because you know those guys are just like that. So I have to be a little bit quicker to the ball.
You're used to it, Lazar, but how hard is it to adjust to this swing offense when, you know, maybe you're out on the perimeter a lot, and all of a sudden you look down and you go, wait a minute, why is Maurice guarding that guy on the post? Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be. I mean, how weird is that?
I think that's why he probably does it. It's different for sure, and they have a very distinct style, and they do a great job of getting guys in great scoring positions and getting the ball exactly where they want it to be. So we have to do a good job of trying to pressure those guys and get them out of certain spots.